Yo. Before I say what I had to say, it has hit 4 Eastern time. Now, I know sometimes the trades are reported a couple minutes after the deadline, but was made a couple minutes before the deadline. So before I say what I have to say, let's make sure that the Dallas Cowboys didn't make a last minute trade before I have to probably say what need to be said. Yeah, I feel you, Hilla. Let's see if the Dallas Cowboys might have made a move or something that we didn't see real quick. Cowboys made no trade. By today's deadline, a person familiar with the situation said, and this is Michael Gelkin on Twitter. Well, oh my God. This team, y'all. So the teams that make the playoffs the last few years quite often that has Super Bowl aspirations. Even a couple of the teams that went to the Super Bowl last year, Philly and the Chiefs, have made acquisitions this year. But Jerry says he likes his team. Steven says he likes this team. All of these people say that they like this team. This is damn near the same team that we've had last year, pretty much. It's pretty much the same team that we had last year. And the result was being empty-handed. Now, look, I've been more active on Twitter lately. I've been kind of going ham because people need to understand. I see people talking about because we acquired Stephon Gilmore and we acquired Brandon Cooks, like this team, like that's it. Like we should be thankful and happy. The hell we should. What do you mean? We should be thankful and happy that we acquired Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore. That's still not enough because there's still a problem that we have. Acting like we didn't take losses at the beginning of the season, acting like we ain't seeing what's going on, acting like we don't know what Dak Prescott needs in order to be successful. You know, when we talk about Dak Prescott going back to that 2016 Mississippi State Dak Prescott, guess what he had that we're not doing right now? He had a running back that's running that football. Now, yeah, you can give TP carries, and he needs to have carries on the perimeter. That's one way to help the situation, but that's not the all in all be all. So unless they understand that somebody get ready to get cut and they can pick them up for the low, this ain't it. Regardless if these moves will work or not, these other teams made decisions and acquisitions based on what they need and what they feel that they may need to get to the next level to win it all. Teams that we play or have played have made moves. Or, for instance, the Buffalo Bills just made a last-minute move and acquiring a corner. The Detroit Lions picked up Peoples-Jones, and they needed a complimentary wide receiver to Brown. They picked that up because they understood that Reynolds and it wasn't going to get the job done. So they needed somebody that can go ahead and be a supplementary wide receiver. They did that. The Eagles went to go get a safety. The Eagles went to go get linebackers. The Eagles went to go pick up players that coming into the season was a concern, but they went on ahead to try to address it. The San Francisco 49ers picked Chase Young because they said the opposite of Bosa, needed to be addressed. So they did that. They fortified their D-line when it comes down to looking at it from a paper point of view, right? Regardless if they do get active or not. They got Randy Gregory. So you got these teams making moves, and we stay put. And when you look at it, the teams that we could potentially see in the playoffs, and the teams that you're going to see in the regular season, they have play styles that we can't combat right now. Right? The Seahawks just picked up Leonard Williams. We see the Seahawks. That D-line is cold. That defense is sneaky good. And you got to see them. And what does Seattle want to do? They're going to run that ball. And what has this team shown to struggle with not only last year, but this year as well? Physicality in the run game when the team just say, man, we don't give a damn what you talking about. We're going to run the ball at you. Seattle was going to do that. Detroit is going to do that. San Francisco did that. Philadelphia is going to try to do that. And you did nothing to help that. Let me tell y'all something. I don't get why Jerry Jones, I'll be honest with you. When people say that we ain't beat nobody, it has some merit to it. It does. Who did we beat other than a good Jets team who was just reeling after they messed around and lost their quarterback? So it took them a couple days to adjust. So we caught the Jets at the opportune time. Let's be real, but the Jets is your best. But who else did we beat? The Rams, trash. Pats, not good enough. The Giants, trash. The Chargers, trash. We beating on trash. Who did we beat? Like, all right, this team, they them boys. Nobody. And you're going to find out after the trade deadline if they really them boys. You play Philadelphia after the trade deadline. You play the Seattle Seahawks after the trade deadline. You play the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins and the Detroit Lions after the trade deadline. Getting to the playoffs ain't good enough. The only acquisition that you made that can make and address any weaknesses that we may have, especially regarding physicality, was bringing in Rashaan Evans. That's it. That's it. Even if they didn't really do anything and they just said, yo, you know what it is, even if they didn't do anything, running back was a concern for this team. It is. People talk about Rico Dowdle was the number 2. I couldn't tell. They get a man 2-3 carries a game. How the hell is that a number 2 running back? You don't get a man 10 touches a game. You give him 2 to 3 and thinking that he's supposed to be a number 2 running back. When you going to give him carries? When we going to find out? We can't run the ball inside because you ain't got the running back to do that, because the running back that you got ain't got no damn vision. You can't run inside. Big ass 210, 215-pound running back that can't run the ball inside. We got to run everything on the perimeter. Cool. Because that's how your line is built. Cool. But we ain't even doing that enough. You need to be able to attack that a defense inside and out. And just attacking them on the perimeter, yeah, that may look good for the season. But what happens when it get a little cold? And you're going to have to play a little bit of physical ball. We can't even get a 4th down play on a sneak with a 240-pound quarterback and damn near 900 and something pounds in front of you. We can't even get that. Talent level, I've seen people talk about this over and over again. Talent level, that ain't the issue. We know we got some talent. That's not the issue. The issue is bringing in players that can go ahead and help shape the identity of being physical. And that running back would have done that. If you and if you so good with your players at corner, why not make something that may seem like a strength to Jerry Jones and company and make it stronger? Why not put Deron Bland back in his place of being a slot corner and go get you an outside corner? So if you're so cool with that, because evidently they don't trust Israel, evidently they don't trust Noah. So what's up with the rookie? Did you not make a move because of the rookie? Bro, look, this team is so complacent of being mediocre, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. I'll be talking for I'll be on for a little bit. If you guys want to call in and pop your stuff, you're more than welcome to. But if not, I'm gonna pop my stuff because I just don't get this. I don't. I'll be honest with you. And people are like, you want to make a move to make a move? No, I want to make a move to go ahead and make to fortify what I need to fortify so I can win. Because I'm tired of losing. That's why. What do you mean? Ain't nobody making a move to make a move. You're relying on certain players that are rookies to give you a juice that they haven't even proved that they're going to give you yet. Some of the players that you're relying on, they're hurt. Diggs, hurt. Overshown, hurt. This is a game where you would need to see Rashaan Evans. Let's say, for instance, Rashaan Evans stink up the place. Now what? You're waiting on Leighton Vander Esch to come back? That made no sense. Of course, some of the players that's going to look good against bum-ass teams, of course they're going to look good against them. That ain't to be disputed. We know that. We know that. We know Damone Clark is going to look good against the Rams. But is Damone Clark going to look good against the Lions when it's time to run that ball? Or is Damone Clark going to look good against the Seattle Seahawks? Is Damone Clark going to look good if we got to see the Niners again in the playoffs? Is them linebackers going to look good then? Is Marquise Bell going to look good when he got to take on them linemen to try to get off the blocks to make a play in the run game? Is he going to look good doing that then? It's the same thing. Not understanding some of the teams that you're probably going to see, they can do that and they can make your life miserable. And they're not even better than you talent-wise. So you going in thinking that talent going to win them games when in all reality it ain't. You've been having the talent. You had the talent last year and you came up short. You know why? Because you soft. It's like Dallas. It's like even though we so hard on Dak, it's like we got to rely on Dak to carry this defense if we really look at it. Because when Dak doing what he has done the last couple games, your defense is able to do what they can do. But if Dak ever struggles, if Dak ever go against a good defense that's going to go ahead and challenge us on the offensive side, and the defense got to do what they did against the Niners and the Arizona Cardinals, look how it looked. And for Jerry Jones and company not to prepare for that type of play style is sickening. For them not to prepare for that type of play style is sickening. It's sickening. You don't want to win. You don't want to win, Jerry. You just cool with putting asses in them seats. You don't want to win. You don't want to win. You do not want to win. I don't see winner. I don't. The reason why he makes his moves, to be good enough to sell tickets, to be good enough to pack them, to be good enough to keep that money in his pocket. Bro, he ain't about no winning. Jerry, you been the GM for how long? And what did you do when you did win a Super Bowl? What was your identity? And the teams that represented the NFC in the conference, what was their identity when it went to the bowl? Now, we asked you this question like we asked CD this question about damn near a month ago. What is the Dallas Cowboys' identity on this team? And I still don't know. We just hoping for all three phases to become one. Let me see. Yep, it's official. They ain't make no damn move. Wow. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones busted their ass to get us Cooks and Gilmore. Like, that's enough to win a championship. We had Cooks and Gilmore when we played the 49ers. We had Cooks and Gilmore when we played the Arizona Cardinals. Don't these fools get it? They don't get it. So you telling me that we satisfied? Man, it ain't. Look, the fans know. Whether they're knowledgeable or not, the fans know. The fans know what to expect. The fans know who we going to see. The Lions going to make the playoffs. The Seattle Seahawks is going to make the playoffs. The 49ers is going to make the playoffs. The Philadelphia Eagles is going to make the playoffs. That's at least 4 teams that's going to bring a physical type nature to the game that we have shown the past couple years we ain't built for. What good is having a need for speed when in our reality you have a need for physicality? Mike McCarthy warming up, Mike McCarthy improving the offense. Yeah, that's cool for the season. That's cool for the season. But what about the playoffs? What about when it rains outside? What about if it's snowy outside? What about when it's cold? This is the same team last year that when we started off, the pass rush was hot. And then it cooled off when it came down to getting statistics, when it came down to getting sacks. It cooled off some. And then what? This is the same team that when teams was getting the ball out quick to combat our pass rush. And then what? We couldn't stop the run. We couldn't stop nothing. Do they not see that? Does Will in them not see that? Jalen Johnson, I mean, we didn't have to trade for no all-star, though. That's my thing. We didn't have to trade for no all-star. We didn't. We didn't have to trade for no all-star. But we needed to trade for somebody that can really improve this team. It don't take much. We got the core already. 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 That's crazy. Terminator. Man, I gotta agree. What the hell does Jerry got this? Hold up. Did Jerry say something? I thought I was seeing something on 105.3 The Fan. Give me a second. See what the hell this. I got to catch up.
3 for me only at Chili's. Serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a cheeseburger.
I guess this is a couple hours ago. All right.
It is now time for the Jerry Jones Show.
Hold up, y'all. I'm on live.
Oh, okay. Hey, bye.
All right.
We're built for Texas, built for you. Man, I think he's going to be in a good mood coming off that Rams butt whooping with the Philly week preview and the NFL trade deadline today at 3 o'clock. Jerry Jones joining us on 105.3 The Fan. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Hey, man, good morning. Sean, RJ, Bobby, and you're absolutely right. Good mood that's the definition.
Hey, what was the bigger highlight? The Rams win or meeting RJ and his family before the game?
Well, it's good to. He's got a great looking family, boy. I'll tell you what, I know he's proud of that. But certainly, it was great to see him. But it was just unbelievable to have that kind of start. And
maybe they messing around and think one of these running backs is gonna get cut. I mean, look, I don't care how it get acquired. Acquire it. Acquire what's needed. Whether they get cut or trade, it don't matter to me. But acquire it though, because this team right now, I can tell you right now, the way that we playing still ain't good enough. It still ain't good enough. Still ain't good enough. The secondary has been playing well. You know, even though some of these teams, the quality, they ain't all that. But my thing is up front, linebacker. Who gonna fill them gaps? Because Leighton, you waiting on Leighton to do what? The same thing he been doing? Nothing. This team is undefeated with Leighton gone. That's all I'm gonna say.
team execute in all three phases. So let's just put them both on equal footing. I'll do both. Now, RJ, I'm pretty superstitious, so we got to do that every ball game, every home game. I want them out there.
Well, I for sure will be at the Detroit game. I know that, so I'll see you on that one.
Jerry, let's talk about what we can take from this or what this win means. Very similar blowouts against the Jets, the Giants.
Forget the win. They ain't talking about no trade deadline. If they ain't talking about the trade deadline, I ain't trying to hear it. I'll be honest with you. I ain't really trying to hear nothing what Jerry talking about anyway. I'll be honest with y'all. Because I'm lightweight pissed off. I ain't even going to lie to y'all. I'm lightweight pissed off. Because F Jerry right now. Because I'll just be honest with you. Like, all that talking, like I told y'all, I don't care what Jerry say. It's about what you do. And Jerry ain't did nothing. You had to go get Cooks. Because you couldn't rely on Michael Gallup to come back and think that he was going to do any type of Michael Gallup before. You couldn't rely on that. You couldn't rely on Tolbert. They had to show you first. You had to go get Gilmore. Who the hell was you going to rely on? So this acting like what they did was just spectacular. Like they had to make them type of moves. That wasn't a luxury. They had to. Because if they didn't, they was going to be in a world of trouble. So what is people talking about like we're supposed to be thankful for a move that they had to make? Come on, man. That's crazy. Gallup is trash as hell. Hell yeah. Come on. Get let Don. Come on, man, to get three tackles a game, and it's all past the line. When the last time do you really see Leighton Vander Esch making tackles behind the line of scrimmage? Then what the hell are you here for? If you're so scared to hurt that neck again, retire. Retire. I've never seen. Why does the team keep bringing back a linebacker that's not a linebacker? You talking about, oh, the leadership, Leighton get every. That's what a linebacker's supposed to do. Especially if you have Mike. That's what he's supposed to do. They praising him for doing what a linebacker is supposed to do. He's supposed to get everybody lined up. He's supposed to make the call. He's supposed to be a leader. That's what a Mike linebacker is supposed to do. He ain't doing that like that they ain't been doing since the beginning of time. Supposed to be one of your hearts on your defense. What's up with these soft-ass, mentality-ass players, man? Praising the man of doing what he's supposed to do. That's your job. That is your job. Who the leader? I don't know why I keep picking up this phone acting like I don't mind have seen the play. I might have seen a play or something. I might have seen a trade that's gonna go help this team, man. This shit lightweight just crazy, you know. Even if even if it don't work, it's always a gamble. Your draft picks is a gamble, and early on, you could say that the gamble ain't paying off. Even though we're not gonna go off of right now, but early on, we could say your gamble ain't paying off. Who contributed to this team really, other than Mozzie? Who? And he ain't doing nothing spectacular. So who the hell contributed to this team? You lost out on Kelvin Joseph. He done for. Your picks is inactive. All your draft picks is inactive, other than Mozzie and Schoolmaker, and one is on injured reserve. So what the hell is you doing? You ain't doing that spectacular. Like, so people gotta understand, like, with this football, like, a lot of this stuff be cut and dry. And we worried about some cat. But for some reason, how Jerry was talking about Philadelphia's cap, I couldn't tell. How you gonna talk about that cap when they just drafted like 2 or 3 defensive linemen that's contributing right now? So they're gonna be on rookie contract for the next 4 years. How you gonna worry about some damn cap when you got other people taking less for their contract? How you gonna talk about a cap? What are you talking about? When they just bring in Julio Jones to replace their other third, fourth wide receiver that they lost in the offseason. What the hell are you talking about, Jerry? You just make an excuse not to win. Bro, your scrub ass need to give it up if you ain't gonna make the necessary moves to win. Maybe we need to go get somebody young up in this piece that got young eyes that's gonna go ahead and see, like, this is the way that the NFL is evolving, and this is what somebody that's gonna always be on the ball. Jerry Jones, we ain't on the ball. You got this you want to bring in this old ass offensive line coach who done coach fossils, who done coach with Jesus, who done coach with Moses, who was out there living with dinosaurs. This man a coach with Tom Landry. You think his old ass see everything he need to see in regards to the evolution of the offensive lineman? No. When you get a coach like Al Harris, what do you get? Young energy that sees it, that's hungry. So that's why you get cornerbacks that's really playing ball. But you got this offensive line who, like, they regressed. How you got Hall of Famers regressing? Coaching is everything. Who is really coaching right now? Why is your offensive line playing like this? You should have just kept Colombo. Like, what is you doing? Why would you bring in this old ass offensive line? Like, come on. Like, this is stupid. It's dumb. It's crazy. Blind as hell. Look, to be honest with you, because this was gonna happen too when Leighton come back. They're gonna mess around and put Micah Parsons back at defensive end, damn near full time, and that should not be the case. That should not be the case. Sit Leighton ass down somewhere. I would love Evans, Micah, and Bell need to be your trio at backer. And you can sprinkle in a little bit of Clark. That's it. Leighton don't do nothing that Clark and Bell can't do. What does Leighton do that they can't do? Honestly, what does Leighton do that they can't do? Nothing. I can tell you what Bell and Clark can do that Leighton can't do. You see the way Bell filling in them gaps. You think Leighton do that? Hell no. So what's the point of having a 250, 260-pound linebacker that's soft as hell? Make that make sense. You a cheeseburger or two from really being a defensive end. And you out here soft as hell. Come on. Because the neck, look, let me tell you something about that neck, though. Even though the neck, he's still taking contact. he's still taking contact. He's still going to get contact in regards to that area. So either you're going to just ball out or you're not. Come on, man. It's crazy. And then Gallup, you don't pay his soft ass. He getting double digits to do what? He's horrible. He's horrible. He is horrible. And the fact that I'm glad the last game they took that BS out of targeting him. Nothing good happens when we get Gallup the ball, and it's been like this for 2 years. They can use that injury as an excuse. That's just an excuse. Bro, it's been 2 years. You ain't balling yet? Come on. You should have traded his ass to the Chiefs. Traded him to the Vikings. Bro, he sucks. He sucks. His target per catch ratio is trash. Rex Ryan said it the best. Bro, Gallup is weak. Why is he still here? This wide receiver room should be booming, especially when Gallup doesn't even have the high expectations of him contributing, because you have Cooks, because you have Ferguson, because you have CD. Bro, CD has evolved and has taken the responsibility of being the number one, and he still can't eat off that because he trash. He trash. Come on, man. This is pathetic and horrible. This is pathetic. I don't know what to say. I don't know. We keep bringing back paying trash ass people and not understanding the mistakes, and they keep compounding mistakes, and they make mistakes bigger by not going ahead and correcting the mistakes. It's not gonna get it done. And we're gonna see. Like, even if we do beat Philadelphia, how we lose or how we win is definitely I'm going to be paying attention to. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to that. Look, we were supposed to smack on the Rams. We were supposed to do that. The Rams didn't even have their running back, because if they had their running back, that game probably would have been tighter than what it was. I'll be honest with you, that running back solid. They had Kyron Williams, the game probably would have been tighter than what it was. We're gonna see. I'm a little. I just ain't feeling this. It's like you got to make the most. See, look, I'm gonna tell you. Let me give you an example real quick. The Buffalo Bills, no matter what they do, and no matter what they bring in, right? The Buffalo Bills have been having a problem running the ball for quite some time. Been having a problem being physical in the run game for quite some time. And guess what happens? Y'all. They get bounced out by teams that shouldn't be getting bounced out by, because you know why? Their inability to run the ball. And that's always, that video still on here about the Buffalo Bills. I said they would never do nothing unless they run this ball. And that's why even with Cook, they're still trying to bring in Fournette. They brought in Fournette. They even brought in Fournette. So they understand that the physicality piece in their offense is missing. They understand that Cook is pretty much taking on that Tony Pollard role, and it still ain't good enough in their running game. It still ain't good enough. Still not good enough. So they went to try to address their physicality. They tried to address it. But we ain't addressing nothing. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. I don't know, man. Time and time again. They can talk about Philadelphia. We always had a Philadelphia Eagles number. And we had their number, and we beat them with Dak last year, but they went to the Super Bowl. Because they just have a play style that no matter what we do to them, they're gonna always have a chance, because they play in the physical type of way. And if the Cowboys had a physical identity, we wouldn't be talking the way that they talk now. But part of that physical identity is they're going to be the running back that they're not even trying to play. Like, all right, look, if they gave Dowdle the ball more, that'd be cool. If they give Hunter Lepke the ball, that'll be cool. That'll combat the physical part of our running game. Cool, right? I'm not saying that you don't have to feature TP, but just play the people that's going to give you the identity and give you what you need in regards to running this football to help protect Dak. See, if we can get Dak to play like that and run the football, then that's going to help the defense out, especially when they don't have a physical manner about themselves. Linebacker. Look, the D-line, I ain't got no problem with the D-line, especially if they continue to play in the physical way. Because when I looked at that film last night, I was looking at a team, a D-line that was playing. Now, I know the offensive line was trash, but the defensive line played in a physical manner, especially Law. Especially my D tackles, Osa, and they played in the field. I even see Armstrong and Golston in there playing in a physical manner. That's cool, and that's what we need because we already knew that defensive line had the ability to play in that way. So that's not my issue, right? D line was never too much of my issue, other than them having the mentality of basically playing the run, and that was more towards my ends and Michael Parsons. But our biggest beef, even with the secondary, even with us losing Trey Diggs, that still wasn't too much of a high concern to me. Because I'm like, yo, this secondary is good enough to go deep. But your linebacker core, unless somebody going to wake up and say that they're going to be a real boy and play physical, it's not good enough. Look at all the teams. Look at all your winning teams. Look at all the teams that won a Super Bowl, that went to the playoffs. What kind of linebacker do they have? What kind of linebacker did they have? Exactly. Now look at your linebackers. The Dallas Cowboys have the weakest linebacker core in the NFL. The weakest. The weakest. You can see even the Rams linebackers were playing with some type of physical nature last game, even though nothing going to happen. Even they was a little bit more physical than ours. Look, I'm cool with players like Clark and Marquise Bell and Micah company, as long as they next to a physical linebacker. But if that's Rashaan Evans, cool. I understand that every game might not be for Rashaan Evans. But now, I understand like the Rams game really probably wasn't for Rashaan Evans. But Philly, that's a Rashaan Evans game. The Detroit Lions, that's a Rashaan Evans game. The Niners, that's a Rashaan Evans game. The Seattle Seahawks, that's a Rashaan Evans game. Them is Rashaan Evans games. Of course, we can beat these other bum-ass teams with the linebackers there because they suck. And they don't have a physical nature about themselves. The Chargers on offense and the Rams on offense didn't have a physical nature about themselves. They didn't. That's why we whooped on them. But the Arizona, they didn't have nothing. The Arizona Cardinals didn't have no weapons that we feared. But you know what they had, though? That combated all of that talent that we supposedly had? A physical nature. And that's why Connor had 14 carries for 98 yards? That's why. That's why. This football game is still, no matter how soft it get, physicality still plays a huge part in this game. So you can keep running Jerry Jones from having a physical team all you want to, but you will never win with this soft-ass mentality. You will never win. Anyway, I said what I said, y'all. You ready to work on some more film? But all right, y'all. Till next time, y'all.